What is going on, my beautiful brothers? Welcome to another Underdog opportunity. This time we go to UFC Winnipeg. Now, before we break into this week's Underdogs, let's take a little look down memory lane as to how we performed at UFC 327, picking a dog.
Man, I've been doing this a long time. I'm terrified every time I come out here, but I try to be brave and just focus, and I was so proud that I was able to accomplish that tonight.
Someday,
You look like a man possessed.
I wanna lay down.
You really did, and it was so awesome to see. To cap off this incredible career that I've had the honor of watching, and all of you audience, enjoy this.
Someday, I wanna tell everybody, someday, I wanna hit the red dot and everybody, someday,
That is right, guys. Cub Swanson went out there, and this was the end of an era. Listen, Cub Swanson, an absolute animal, right? He went out there. Not only was he the underdog opportunity, but that is the fourth underdog opportunity that we have hit in a row. And I wanted to say that this one hit different. And there were other underdogs that I was backing there, Paulo Costa being one of them. Carlos Ulberg was another. You know, I did have premium plays on those gentlemen, but I wanted to make this week's one Cub Swanson, because not only was this the last fighter from the WEC, but he went out there and he was just an absolute gentleman. You know, his family was there, front row, and it was a beautiful way to wrap up a career. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this than I usually would just for an underdog opportunity winning, because not every one of us is going to have a storybook ending, but for Cub Swanson, he did. You know, this is exactly how you would like to go down in the sport when you're a legend like he is. And, you know, it's not always about being a world champion. It's about being an ambassador of a sport, you know, a competitor, a great family man, a mentor to others. And he's going to continue his journey, passing down his knowledge and inspiring other young men to go out there and do the same. But my hat goes off to you. Shout out Cub Swanson, man. This dude was an absolute fucking legend. Now, for this week's underdog, guys, we're going to have to take a bit of a pivot, because my underdog opportunity was going to be Robert Valentine, and I bet on him, and the premium members got access to this bet when I posted it at plus 135 odds, 2.35 it. And I'm going to say this right now. I thought I was alone on an island when I was picking Robert Valentine. I did my tape study. I looked at Julian LeBlanc. I said, this guy stinks. Robert Valentine can go out here and get that work. But it seemed like other people, after I did, went out there and discovered that there were also flaws in his opponent, and this caused the line to collapse in on itself. Now Robert Valentine is a full-blown favorite. And instead of being a cop-out here and saying, hey, look, guys, I'm picking Robert Valentine. I got him at dog money, so we're going to call him the dog. No, I decided, you know, I thought about it. I'm not doing that, right? So even though I played Robert Valentine as an underdog and I put premium odds on that, and if you want to unlock those, guys, this isn't a premium pitch here, but you can sign up to being a We Want Picks premium member. The link is in the description here. It's We Want Picks. Code BetSam for 10% off. That's if you want my early picks and leans. You know, I do post them there. You can get the odds that I get the bets at. But for the sake of this video, it is about getting an underdog at underdog pricing. So instead of me giving out Robert Valentine to you guys, I'm going to give you 3 underdogs that I think can go out here and get it done, right? They aren't necessarily all my picks, and I'll talk about that as we get to each and every single one of them. But out of these 3 underdogs, I do believe that you're looking at a dog coming through. So the first underdog that I'm going to give out to you people as a potential winner here at UFC Winnipeg, if you're looking to chase a dog, it's going to be Mark Vologden, right? Mark Vologden was the favorite, the slight favorite. And it seems like everybody and their dog has jumped on John Castaneda. And I admit, as an underdog, I was thinking John Castaneda can go out here and get it done. And either man can go out here and win this fight. However, Mark Vologden at plus 122, which is what you can get him at right now at UFC Bet Online, it's quite a tasty price, you know. The dude might be small, but as you can see by this picture, he is physically stacked out for his height. Like, this gentleman is pure muscle. And with that, he has will. He has durability. We've seen it on his Dana White's Contender Series performance. We know that he has knockouts and submissions. We know he has finish upside. And John Castaneda has been backing up more and more in his fights as his UFC career has extended. He's a little bit older now. Maybe he's outside of his physical prime. So Mark Vologden at plus 122, worth taking a look at if you ask me. The second dog that I'm going to highlight here is going to be Thiago Moises. Now, I picked Gage Young to win this fight. I picked Gage Young to win this fight based off Thiago Moises' inconsistency and the fact that he got knocked out by Jared Gordon in round 1 in his last fight. However, make no mistake, when I say that Thiago Moises at plus 135 here, it's hard to argue that the value is now on Gage Young. Considering the line has driven so far in that direction, Thiago Moises still has the low kicks. He still has faced the far greater levels of competition. He has honorable wins within the UFC and, has great performances there and has had showcase moments. And perhaps if he's able to turn back the clock a little and show some of what he's, showed us that he's capable of in the past there, then he could look an absolute gem at this price tag. So Thiago Moises plus 135, another underdog that I will highlight there. And the third underdog that I will highlight for you guys is going to be Daria Zelezniakova. Now this one, a little bit more of a divisional hack here. And I say that because in these women's divisions, quite often hometown girl or whatever is favored, but mostly because she's a hometown girl. Now, Melissa Croden, she's a little bit bigger than Daria Zelezniakova. She'll have the physical advantage here, but within the pure striking element here, I think Daria will be a little bit faster, a little bit more crisp, and she's got a little bit more, tenacity to land those strikes. So Daria Zelezniakova, especially early, is going to have more pop on her shots, and I expect her to be able to bust up Melissa Croden, especially if it doesn't end up being a bit more of a physical grappling type of fight or, within the clinch and all the rest of it. So Daria Zelezniakova at plus 125 is going to be the third look there, guys. And I apologize for no official underdog here for this video, but I still wanted to get it out. I still want to show you guys the beautiful recap that has been put together there for Cub Swanson. And ultimately, I just wanted to show you guys which dogs I think do have a possible chance this week. As far as the official underdog streak that we're going with, I'm not going to include this week because I wasn't able to give it out to the people at dog pricing unless they were premium members. I like to give it out to the people as the general public. This is a free video. I'm not trying to charge you guys for these picks. So this week's just going to be a skip, and we'll jump on to next week for that streak. So, I'm riding with Robert Valentin, but because I couldn't get it out in time to the people before that line flipped, I'm not going to include it in the win streak because I feel like that could be a little bit dishonorable. Now, if you guys enjoyed that video, please hit it with a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not already. Share it to your nan, and I will see you in the next one.